Let me tell you something, it's not too late. But stop acting like you have forever. That mindset is dangerous. It makes you slow down when you should be speeding up. It makes you relax when you should be waking up. You keep telling yourself, I've got time. But what if you don't have as much as you think? Time is not standing still for you, it's moving. Every second, every minute, it's moving forward without asking for your permission. How many times have you said, I'll start tomorrow? Be honest. How many times did you promise yourself that you would change, that you would do better, that you would finally take action? And then what happened? Tomorrow came, and you pushed it again, and again, and again. Those tomorrows are not just words, they are lost chances. They are opportunities that you let slip through your fingers without even realizing it. You're not out of time. Not yet, but don't get comfortable with that idea. Because the truth is, you're closer than you think. Closer to regret. Closer to missed opportunities. Closer to becoming someone who looks back and says, I wish I started earlier. Time is still in your hands right now, but it's slipping. And if you don't wake up and grab control, it won't be there forever. Let me tell you the truth, you've been avoiding. The lie that's keeping you stuck is simple. I still have time. That one sentence is quietly destroying your progress. It sounds harmless, it feels safe, but it creates delay. It creates excuses. It gives you permission to stay exactly where you are. You think time is on your side, but time is not your partner. It doesn't wait. It doesn't slow down. It keeps moving while you stay still. And while you sit in comfort, thinking you'll act later, something is happening behind the scenes. Comfort is costing you more than you realize. Every hour you spend scrolling, delaying, avoiding, you're paying for it. Not with money, but with your future. Your energy is going down. Your confidence is fading. Your momentum is disappearing. Comfort feels good in the moment, but it quietly steals everything that could have made your life better. So ask yourself honestly, what are you really waiting for? A perfect moment? It doesn't exist. A sign? This is the sign. Permission? You don't need it. Look at people who achieved something real. They didn't wait until they felt ready. They moved while they were scared. They started when it was messy. So what's stopping you? Because if you don't answer that question now, you'll still be asking it years from today. Every day you wait, something is being taken from you. Not in a loud way, not in a way you can easily see, but it's happening. You're losing time that you will never get back. You're losing chances that may never come again. Think about it. The energy you have today will not be the same 5 years from now. The opportunities around you right now will not stay forever. Life moves on, whether you move or not. And if you keep delaying, you're not just staying in the same place. You're slowly losing the version of yourself you could have become. You might think you're standing still, but that's not true. Standing still is actually falling behind. While you hesitate, someone else is taking action. While you overthink, someone else is learning, improving, growing. The world doesn't pause for you, it keeps moving forward. And if you don't move with it, you get left behind. Not because you're not capable, but because you chose not to act. And here's the part that hits the hardest. Regret will hurt more than effort ever will. Working is hard. Discipline is uncomfortable, but regret stays. Regret follows you for years. It shows up in quiet moments. It reminds you of what you could have done, who you could have been. So ask yourself, which pain are you willing to live with? The pain of effort for a short time, or the pain of regret for the rest of your life? Let me tell you something most people don't want to hear. No one is coming to save you. Not your friends, not your family, not luck, not some perfect opportunity. You keep waiting for something outside of you to change your life. But that's not how it works. The truth is simple and hard at the same time. If you don't change, nothing changes. You are the one who has to move. You are the one who has to decide. And until you accept that, you will stay stuck in the same place, hoping for a different result. And then there's this idea that's holding you back even more. The perfect moment. You keep telling yourself, I'll start when things feel right. But when has that ever happened? Life is never perfectly lined up. There will always be problems. There will always be fear. There will always be doubt. The perfect moment is not real. It's an excuse that looks smart but keeps you inactive. People who win don't wait for perfect conditions. They act in imperfect ones. So now it comes down to a choice, a real one. Choose your pain, because either way, there will be pain. You can choose the pain of discipline right now, waking up early, doing the hard work, pushing yourself when you don't feel like it. Or you can choose the pain of regret later, looking back, wishing you had started, feeling the weight of missed chances. One pain is temporary, the other stays with you. So decide, which one are you willing to carry? This is your moment, not tomorrow, not next week, right now. You are standing at a point where your next move will decide your direction. You can keep doing what you've always done and stay exactly where you are. Or you can finally step forward and change something. It doesn't look big, it doesn't feel dramatic, but moments like this are where everything shifts. The truth is, life doesn't change in one huge leap. It changes in small decisions that you either take or ignore. So the question is simple. Are you going to use this moment or waste it like all the others? Stop waiting. Stop overthinking. Stop telling yourself you'll do it later. Later is the most dangerous word in your life because later turns into never. You don't need more time to think. You don't need more motivation. You don't need perfect conditions. You need to move right now. Even if it's messy, even if it's uncomfortable. Action creates clarity. Action builds confidence. If you don't control your actions, your excuses will control your life. And don't underestimate the power of a small step. People think success comes from big moves. It doesn't. It comes from small steps repeated every single day. One decision, one action, one effort. That's how everything begins. Think about someone who started with nothing. They didn't jump to the top in one day. They showed up again and again. So ask yourself, what is one small step you can take today? Because that one step might not look like much now, but it can change everything. Let me tell you something that most people don't want to accept. Motivation fades. It always does. You feel fired up today, and a few days later, it's gone. That's why motivation cannot build your life. Discipline does. Discipline is what keeps you moving when the feeling disappears. It's what pushes you to act when your mind says, not today. Think about anything strong in life. Muscles grow with repeated effort. Skills grow with repeated practice. Discipline is like that. It's a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And once it gets strong, it starts carrying you even on your weakest days. You don't need to feel ready. That's another trap. People wait until they feel confident, until they feel prepared, until everything feels right. But let me ask you something. When do you ever feel fully ready for something that matters? You don't. You step into it and you grow into it. That's how it works. Look at anyone who has achieved something real. They didn't start with confidence. They built it through action. So stop waiting for a feeling that may never come. Start moving and the feeling will follow. And this is where most people fail. They don't show up consistently. They show up when they feel good and disappear when things get hard. But success doesn't work like that. You have to show up every day. Show up tired. Show up unmotivated. Show up even when you don't feel like it. Because every time you show up, you are proving something to yourself. You are becoming someone who does what needs to be done no matter what. And that identity, that's what wins in the long run. Right now, in this very moment, two versions of you are being created. One version is taking action. One version is making excuses. One version is moving forward, step by step, even if it's slow. The other is waiting, delaying, telling the same old story. And the scary part is, you are building one of them every single day. Not in the future, not someday. Right now, through your choices, through your habits, do what you decide to do after this moment ends. So ask yourself honestly, which version are you choosing? The one you will be proud of or the one you will try to forget? Because pride and regret don't come from big moments. They come from small decisions repeated over time. The days you didn't feel like it, but still showed up. Or the days you gave up when it got hard. Those are the moments that shape your future. Those are the moments that decide how you will feel about your life later. Every action you take is a vote. A vote for the person you are becoming. When you act with discipline, you vote for strength. When you delay, you vote for weakness. When you show up, you vote for growth. And those votes add up. Day by day, choice by choice, you are building your future self. So be careful what you choose today because your future is watching. It's not too late, but listen carefully. This window is closing fast. Time is not waiting for you to feel ready. It's not slowing down so you can figure things out. Every day that passes, that window gets smaller. And one day, without warning, it closes. Not because you weren't capable, but because you waited too long. You had the chance, you had the ability, but you didn't act. Don't let that be your story. So start now. Not perfect, not ready, just now. Forget perfection. Forget the idea that everything needs to be in place. It doesn't. Progress is messy. Growth is uncomfortable. The people you look up to didn't start with everything figured out. They started with doubt, with fear, with uncertainty, but they moved anyway. And that's the difference. They didn't wait to feel ready. They decided and then they acted. So ask yourself one last question. If not today, then when? Tomorrow? You've already tried that. Next week? Next year? How long are you going to keep pushing your life forward? There comes a point where thinking has to stop and action has to begin. This is that point. right here, right now. You still have time, but only if you stop wasting it and start using it.